everyone, it's me Leonie and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another Top 5 Wednesday, and this week's topic is Top 5 Books to Read When It's Raining Outside. I do have to say, the past week it has been incredibly nice weather. I don't think there is going to be a rainy day anytime soon because the sun is just constantly shining. Although, I have to say, you never know if you live in the Netherlands. You never know. Top 5 Wednesday is, as of this Top 5, being hosted by Samantha from Thoughts on Tomes, and I will leave her channel as well as the Goodreads group down below. So when it comes to reading on a rainy day, I tend to go for short, magical, whimsical books. So those are going to be the books that I will be recommending to you. Some books that you can just read within that one day and that will bring you to magical places. So coming in at number 5 is actually one that does not go with that theme. I don't know about you, but when it's a rainy day, I tend to just go on the internet and spend a lot of time looking at funny comics and pictures and YouTube and stuff like that instead of reading. So to that, I have to say, I recommend How to Tell If Your Cat is Plotting to Kill You, which is like a compilation of comics and graphics from the weblog Oatmeal. And it's all about cats and how evil they are. To me, this is like the perfect book that you can just sit down for and read in one go while it is pouring outside and your cat is looking at you from outside the window being like, yo, let me in. I do have to say, this book is probably only funny if you own a cat or if you have once owned a cat, because otherwise you're not going to be able to relate to everything in the story and it's definitely not going to be as funny. But if you do have a cat, I do recommend it because who knows, maybe your cat is plotting to kill you. And coming in at number 4 is a throwback to like 5 years ago, and that is to read a magical manga, because now you just have the entire day to just marathon a manga. And the one that I want to recommend that is short and also magical is Magic Knight Rayearth by Clamp. What it is about 3 girls, one blonde, one red-haired, and one black-haired, because that's how it always goes with magical girls. And they are transported to the magical country of Sephiroth, and the princess of Sephiroth makes them magic knights, and they have to protect the country from destruction. Each one of these girls has their own magical animal, a dragon, a phoenix, and a wolf, and they also all have their own weapon, and they go on this journey trying to protect the country. And it's just a lot of magical, nostalgic fun. It's been a long time since I've read this. I think I was 14, 15 years old, I don't know, but I think I would still enjoy it, so I still do want to recommend it. Coming in at number 3 for the rainy day read is Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. Lewis Carroll. We all know what this is about. It's about Alice who falls through a rabbit hole and suddenly she's in Wonderland and all sorts of bizarre stuff happen. It's a super quick read. Both stories are barely over 100 pages, and I also think this is the kind of story that you really need to read in one go. So when it's raining outside, I think it would be perfect to just grab a cup of tea, grab a blanket, and then just read Alice in Wonderland. And coming in at number 2, I want to recommend any fairy tale, but specifically one that I'm currently reading is The Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen, with some famous ones including Little Mermaid and The Ugly Duckling. Fairy tales are also the kind of stories that I always feel like reading when you're not going anywhere, when it's dark and cloudy and rainy outside and you can just sit in your whatever, your Cookie Monster onesie, I don't know, and then just read a whimsical children's fairy tale, because you're never too old for fairy tales. Keep that in mind. You are never too old for fairy tales. I'm currently going through all of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales and I'm very much enjoying them so far. And coming in at number 1 for the perfect read on a rainy day, I have to say The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. I talked about this in my wrap-up. This is a super quick read. I know it doesn't look like one, but I read this in under 2 hours. It's a combination between text and pictures. Just the entire design of this book makes for a read that is very immersive. You can read it in one go and you will just be sucked into the story and taken through 19th century Paris, where you follow the story of an orphan that is looking for a mysterious key that can get the robot working that he got from his deceased father, trying to find out what it does. Even though there's no magic in the story, it is very magical because it's all about illusionists, robots, and the invention of the movie. And if you don't feel like reading this book, I would also highly recommend the movie, which is also superb, and I also absolutely love that one. And those are the books that I would like to recommend to you on a rainy day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon another time. Goodbye!
It's raining.